In this video, I'm explaining you why the Switch OLED is nearly perfect in 2022. First thing I want to talk about is battery life. Switch OLED has a 4310 mAh battery, which is the same size as the regular Switch. On a heavy game like Fortnite, the battery will last less than 3 hours. I think it's decent and people usually play heavier games in docked mode. On a lighter game like Mario Kart, it will last over 5 hours, which I think is pretty good. Charging time is about 3 hours, which is honestly not very good. It's the most exciting and maybe a little disappointing part of the Switch OLED, the screen. Bezels are now thinner, so the screen is 0.8 inches bigger than previously. I think the screen is really good because of this OLED panel, which makes the screen more vibrant and colorful. The thing that is a little disappointing is the screen refresh rate. It's still 60 Hz and it's okay for a handheld, even though most phones have 90 Hz or 120 Hz refresh rate screens. I can't really say anything else bad about it. One thing worth mentioning about the Switch OLED is now the screen is made of glass instead of plastic. This means that it doesn't scratch so easily, but is more vulnerable to breaking. In my opinion, it's okay. The new kickstand is perfect. It is as wide as the console itself. I think this should have been on the original Switch back in 2017, because it's such an important thing for tabletop mode. I barely use it though. Then there is one bit unfortunate thing. Performance is the same as earlier. Yes, they all have the same custom Nvidia Tegra processor. No, the Switch OLED doesn't seem slow, but the upgrade would have been a nice thing for game upload speeds and heavy game performance. Price would have increased with the new processor though. Switch OLED also has a new dock. This is one of those things that hasn't improved a lot, but could be a valuable thing for online gamers. It has an Ethernet connection, which means that online gaming is smoother and better when Ethernet is connected. You can buy an Ethernet adapter for regular Switch's dock, and it costs around $20. Switch OLED is easy to hold in your hands, but when you've been holding it for a longer period of time, it starts to feel a little uncomfortable. If you play a game where you have to press a lot of buttons, your fingers start to hurt. Switch Lite is a good option if you're that type of person, because it is more comfortable. Now it's time for console comparison and the final bit for Switch OLED's greatness. Yes, there is Steam Deck, which in my opinion gets the closest to Switch OLED. But you can only play PC games on it. It also just has a LCD screen, whereas the Switch OLED has an OLED screen. And Steam Deck doesn't have detachable controllers or tabletop mode as the Switch OLED does. Steam Deck might have better performance, but it just doesn't beat Switch OLED in versatility. Then there's the other Switches. Switch Lite has the same deficiencies as the Steam Deck, plus no option to use it on an external monitor or TV. Battery life is understandably worse on the Switch Lite. Then there is the old boy, a regular Nintendo Switch. It has basically the same features as the Switch OLED, but many things are just worse. Now you might say, you have no proof, but here is my proof. Kickstand on the regular Switch, small and unstable. On the Switch OLED, wide and stable. Screen on the regular Switch, large bezels and a LCD screen. What about the Switch OLED? Smaller bezels and an OLED screen. Regular Switch's dock, no Ethernet connection, hardly detachable back panel. Switch OLED has the opposite. Easily detachable back panel and an Ethernet connection. Then there are of course other handhelds, such as AA Neo, but I decided not to include them because they are expensive and not good for this comparison. Now you know why I think the Switch OLED is better than other similar consoles. So here are the final thoughts you want to hear. Should you buy this console? The answer is pretty simple. Yes. If you want a portable console which can be also used with a TV, and when used in handheld, it has a good screen, a good kickstand, which is important for tabletop mode, and also has nice games. Now, why you shouldn't buy it? Well, if you have very little space, lower budget, and don't need it to be used with a TV, or you can't, you should go with the Switch Lite version. Also, if you don't care about the handheld mode and want a more powerful machine, I would go buy a PlayStation or a Xbox instead. One of the reasons why you shouldn't buy the Switch is if you already have one of the Switch models, especially the regular version, the upgrade might not be that big if you use the Switch mainly on docked mode. Now, at the end of this video, I want to share some tips. If you buy a Switch, buy a carrying case. Don't say no. And make it easier to carry and keep it protected. You can buy Nintendo's official carrying case that I have, or some third-party carrying case. Note that Switch OLED is 1mm wider than the regular Switch, so regular Switch's accessories may not fit the Switch OLED. You may also want a screen protector if you drop stuff often. So, those were my opinions about this console, and you can tell yours in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed my content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. They are so important to me. Stay tuned for the next video.